juvie system at Wales was just crazy because I was locked up with everybody. You know, it'd be 18, 19-year-old men in there.
How hard is it to see your mom while you're in there?
Damn. Like, seriously, like, I ain't shit. Like, that's how you feel, like, from top to bottom. You just feel like I ain't shit. Ended up in solitary for 2 weeks. That was like the hardest time I ever did right there. Being locked down 23 hours a day, no visitors. That's when I just like, I gotta change because like my old ways ain't doing nothing for me. My little brother look up to me so much and like the oldest sibling's supposed to set that example. And you know, my mother, like she look at me as, you know, I'm her legacy, I'm her pride and joy. I was looking at that and I felt all that failure, and my grandmother looking at me like, man, boy, you ain't got trouble again. Like that hurt deep, like bone deep. Like it really, I felt it all over. Like I can't do this to my mother. I can't do this to my grandmother. And you know, it's just a cycle of our men and our family just continue to go through this. They go to penitentiary, they get out, they do something. They go to penitentiary, they have kids, they keep like it just a cycle. And I wanted to break that cycle. I just started focusing on, you know, getting a job, getting off the bracelet, and just focusing on me. Real talk, I don't know how the hell I did it. You know, like, I really don't. Like, I can tell you, like, just, you know, a lot of guys be politically correct and just say, oh yeah, you know, I knew, and that, man, I don't know. You know, I was making thousands of dollars in the game. You know, I had an opportunity to have a straight connect and do a lot of different things, and my fear factor was just, you know, the penitentiary, or, you know, end up having to go to jail, or, you know, having to hurt somebody or getting hurt out here in these streets. I just decided that, you know, I didn't want that, and I wanted to, you know, see how far my talent can actually take me.
Does it look different, right?
Yeah, it looked a lot different.
Was this the one you worked out?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was back there on that boiler steamer back there.
I bet you can't. Oh, we ain't got no steamers back there now.
Yeah, I didn't see y'all changed it.
Right now, though, can you?
That's where I was at, right there.
You could probably still make a Whopper.
Yeah, I can make a Whopper
See, after
still.
we knock some of these orders out, if you still here, we might have to put you
I'll
on the
show you.
table now.
I'll show you.
All right.
How you send it through? This, you'll do it this way, right?
Close it up and just drop it down. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna knock it out. You ain't gotta say that. I'm gonna do it. Watch this. Watch my moves. Just watch this. I was on probation here. I had a big bracelet on my the home.
You were there for 2 years?
No, I was on that for like 6 months. Huh? I used to wear like 4 pair of socks so I could disguise it. Thank you. They was like, hey man, you know, you gotta, you know, something out of it. It's like, yeah, my cousin got that same thing, man. One time, I got out of work and she wasn't here to pick me up. Our house was like, I don't know, 5 miles away from here, and I had like maybe 30 minutes to get home. Otherwise, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to jail, and they gotta figure out was I lying or whatever the case. I ran as fast as I could for as long as I could. I was like, oh man, I got 8 more minutes. I was like, help me. I think somebody I recognized picked me up. I like just made it. Cutoff time, I just made it. And when I got out, a guy by the name of Jamil Aguari, who formed this Nike traveling team right here in Racine, Wisconsin, just was like, man, you know, you can travel, and it's exposed me to so many other things. A lot of doors just started opening for me. When I got out, I only went to high school here for a year. And you know, I dominated. I played against guys like Tony Romo and Caron Butler, Shane Krause's, and you know, a lot of heavy names at the time. I was top player in the state, so I was doing really well, just staying off the streets, working my job. You know, I was home, good spring day, the weather was nice, and boom, 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 heard 3 loud hits. I look out the window and I just see all the people out here, and then I see the lights, and I see everybody just looking up. So I know the action coming to the house, so I put it together quick. I know it's a raid. I was in that window right there. You know, they came upstairs and threw me on the floor, all that stuff. And searched the house and nothing was found in the house. They come back here and they find close to an ounce of cocaine in this garage. I was tripping out. Mind was racing once they came back and it was like, look what we found. I was just like, man, that's not my stuff. And Lieutenant Galler was just like, I don't believe it's his. So I'm not gonna charge you. Let me go. Just like that. You don't ever see that. Like, people do raids, they find cocaine, whoever in the house going to jail. Open, shut, close, stamp, judge, prosecutor, easy case. And he was just like, I don't believe it. And he called the guy above him and he was like, well, if you don't believe it's his, let him go. That was the fork in the road right there. That was the moment where, like, all of this would not have been possible. Me being able to provide for my family, my mother, my grandmother, all 5 of my children, and be on this platform to do so much. You know, none of this would have been possible without that man's decision. I didn't need nothing but academics and basketball. That's all I needed. I know the impact that someone of success can have. That's why I think it's important, and I think I'm obligated to do that. Just always be back here and show the kids that, you know, this is what it is. You know, you can make it out of here, and seeing is believing, and that's why I get the reception that I get from my community. Kids take that and they be like, I can be the next Chris Paul. Why? Because he just like me. He grew up just like this. He had a single parent and he went to school and he stayed with it and this is what happened. But if all you see is a drug dealer, that's what you're gonna do. A lot of people are changing their train of thoughts around here. I don't forget my brothers that's gone, and I had to bury a lot of them while I was in the NBA. You know, and I paid for a lot of funerals. I dressed a lot of them up in their suits. I don't forget their families, their children. I try to look out whenever I can and what I can do. The hardest thing is knowing what the end and outcome is. My dudes, some hitters, they go hard, but at the same time, it's like they don't know no other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I bring them to like basketball games or different things and show them other ways to get money, it's still that they know this, and that's all they know. I really wish, you know, Robert could see this situation, or Antonio, or Dre, you know, or Lil James, you know, all of them. Wish they could be right here just enjoying these moments with me.